using DNSSEC, domain name system security extensions, which were designed many years after DNS, is the way to mitigate DNS cache poisoning attacks by providing integrity to the DNS responses. If a client asks the RIT DNS server for the IP address of www.aaron.net, the RIT DNS server will ask one of the 13 logical root name servers and then an authoritative .NET TLD DNS server, and then finally the authoritative DNS server for the aaron.net domain. If a client's DNS server supports DNSSEC, it sets the DO, DNSSEC OK flag in its DNS requests to a root name server, an authoritative TLD DNS server, and the authoritative DNS server of the domain in question. In turn, each of the servers will send back extra DNS resource records that we'll see in a little bit. These extra records tell the RIT DNS server that the child zones are DNSSEC enabled. In our story, the RIT DNS server's query on the client's behalf will reach the aaron.net authoritative DNS server. When that server gives the answer to the RIT DNS server, it sends the answer along with a hash of each group of resource records in the answer, signed with aaron.net's private ZSK, zone signing key. For instance, a response could have multiple A records, MX records, and NS records. Each of these groups has a signed hash sent in a new DNS resource record type RRSIG. Why sign resource record groups rather than individual records? Quite simply, it's quicker. Furthermore, there's no way to query for just one A or MX record. A DNS server will always return them as a group. So there's no point in signing each one individually when you can sign them all together. The aaron.net DNS server also gives the RIT DNS server aaron.net's public ZSK, zone signing key, in the form of another new DNS resource record type, DNS key. Aaron.net's public KSK is also sent in the form of a second DNS key record. These DNS key records are hashed and encrypted with aaron.net's private KSK, producing another RRSIG record, this one for the DNS key records. So the RIT DNS server will request the sets of resource records, which also returns each group's corresponding RRSIG record, request the DNS key records containing the public zone signing key and the public key signing key, which also returns the RRSIG for the DNS key resource record set, verify the RRSIG of the requested resource record set with the public zone signing key, verify the RRSIG of the DNS key resource record set with the public key signing key.